Hello, my fellow Ashfordians. It's Curt Marler again, and you know how much I love to use video. I think it's a real simple platform to use, and it gets across my points a lot better because you can hear my voice and see my face. So my final project is going to be a video presentation on something that I think is very valuable in the classroom, and that is called Google Earth. I think most of you have probably heard of it. I don't know how much you've used it or not, but it's really a functional tool that's free. Go to googleearth.com, download it. It's free. It's easy to use, and man, it is chocked full of tools. The first tool that I'm going to talk about, and you're going to see examples of this, is called Simulator. And basically it turns Google Earth into like a flight simulator where you or your students can fly around the planet anywhere you want to fly. And that's my whole basis behind this, is providing you with a tool to use with your students. Okay. So the next tool I'm going to talk about is called Fly to the Sky, and that's Sky in Google Earth, and that's where you can explore the Hubble telescope images. You can check out current astronomical events, study the proportions of different planets, measure their size, and observe their relative brightness of stars. Capture the wonder of the universe without leaving your classroom. The next thing is viewing historical imagery, and with the time slider you can view historical imagery to study the construction process of large buildings such as sports stadiums. You can also see how communities have developed by comparing the city layout of past and present, and you'll see screenshots of all this in just a moment. The next thing, which is really wonderful, is to view 3D buildings. With 3D buildings, Google Earth students have entire city landscapes at their fingertips. They can explore specific skyscrapers, public landmarks, famous ancient architecture, and even study city planning techniques and trends. And then if they use it in conjunction with Google SketchUp, students can recreate entire ancient cities within Earth. You can tour the Taj Mahal, things like that. It's pretty awesome. And then they have the draw and measure, and that's where you discover the world's tallest building or the world's highest mountain peak by using the rule tool to measure skyscrapers and mountains. You can mark off specific regions you've studied or want to come back to using the polygon tool. And then the final part will be the create a tour, where students can create a customized tour to share with their classmates. For example, they can build context around a novel by creating a tour of all places mentioned in the book, or they can make a tour to highlight all of the major rainforests affected by deforestation, something like that. So let's get going onto Google Earth and see what you think of it. So one of the first things I want to show you is how to fly. And so you'll hit your Control, Alt, and A button. Pick the SR-22 and current view and start flight. And there you go. You hit page up to increase your throttle, and now you're flying. I have chosen the location of the Grand Canyon to fly through. Put your mouse on there, click one time, and it becomes the stick of your aircraft. And you can see this is a great way to tour something like the Grand Canyon. And then you click your mouse button once and click Exit Flight Simulator, and there you are again. So that is one of the first things that a lot of people don't know about. Next thing I'm going to show you is Sky View. You click up here on the little planet. You can hit Sky. Sky is pretty confusing. It just shows a whole bunch of data. But what I'm going to show you real quick is the moon, because we have actually stepped foot on the moon, supposedly, and we have some pictures of it. So I'm going to zoom in here real quick. Going to go to a landing site that we have. You see the little astronaut. I'm going to click on the annotated landing site, and we're going to go in and we're going to zoom in to the 360-degree panographic photograph. And here you have it. We are now standing on the surface of the moon looking around, and you can see there's an astronaut working on the rover there, or the lunar lander, and there's the pile of junk that probably was the cover for the rover that was carried in the lander itself. So that's a really neat thing that Google has also, is it's now added sky along with the ocean, so you can view the oceans too. So we exit the photo, and we're done with this part. So another thing we have is the tour. You click the little video camera up here, you click the record button, and what it'll do, it's basically like a screen capture, is it'll record everything that you do on here. And so we can go down here, and let's see, let's make it a little smoother. We'll go to Street View here. And voila. And then you can choose to go on and cruise on down the highway and show everybody basically a grand tour. When you're done here, it'll take you back to the beginning, and it will replay what you've done. As you can see, we'll zoom in here. So this would be a great way to show your kids a tour on a screen of a city, or some special place, Taj Mahal, something like that. I'm going to show you the Taj Mahal in a little bit, but that's a great way to give a quick presentation on a specific location. So this is a 3D portion. What I've done is click 3D buildings over here, and I'm at the Taj Mahal, and you can see just from the sky view of it that it already looks three-dimensional, and has been done very nicely so that people can see what the Taj Mahal looks like from, look at that, that's amazing. Whoops, went a little too deep there. But, if you've never been someplace and you want to see what it looks like 3D, there you go. And Google has made a lot of things in 3D so you can see it. And I encourage everybody to take tours of a whole bunch of places. And here's the underground portion of the Taj Mahal, which they don't allow pictures inside, so the field of view isn't going to be that spectacular. So another thing I wanted to show you was the measuring tool. Now, since I am in Denver, and I saw this on an IMAX film back when I was a teenager, I'll do it here. So here's a measuring tool, and when I was a teenager, the longest continuous street in the United States is called Colfax Avenue, and what it does is it connects right here to I-70, and then it reconnects to I-70, but it goes past that up into the mountains. And so let's pick our measuring tool. Say we're going to do this in miles. I'm going to pick the path tool, and we're going to start way over here at the beginning of it, which is right here. Click, 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 and click, and click, and click, and click. Click, 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 click. There we go, about 47 miles long. One of the longest continuous running streets where you can drive non-stop in the United States. And this is a measuring tool. You can also use this to measure how high mountains are and things like that. But that's a really good tool for your students to get the size of, say how big a city is. Let's go to the line tool. Denver is approximately, oops, try that again. Denver is approximately, 13.8 miles by 30 miles. And trust me when I tell you, you can't see from one end to the other anymore in Denver. But that is your measuring tool right up here. Another great tool for your students and you to use when you want to give some good meaning to something. So what better place to end up this little talk about Google Earth than at the Google headquarters, which you can see right here at 1600 Amphitheater Parkway in Mountain View, California. These are fun. You can actually call Google. I encourage somebody to call them. But as you can see, of every place that should have high definition, I would assume it would be Google headquarters, and they do not fail. And I am quite amazed at how beautiful their headquarters are, and boy, I wish I could work at a place like this. It has nice picnic areas, things like that. But Google Earth is a huge, wonderful tool that is absolutely free and without advertisement. You can tour the whole world. Imagine the uses for it for history, geography, sciences. It's pretty much unlimited as to what you can do with it. And what I did is I chose to show you some of the parts of the Google program that a lot of people don't know about. And I encourage you to examine here on the left that show 360-degree things, Google gigapixel photos, and you can go straight to map versions, just by clicking on a button, and it'll take you straight to the Google Maps. And there you see it. Ta-da! So, talk about one-click shopping. This pretty much does it all. I hope that you all have learned something about Google Earth, and I hope everybody uses it in their classroom with their kids. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and have a great day.